Greetings of the day. Welcome to yet another episode of Policy to Practice podcast, powered by Center for Development Policy and Practice. Myself, Ablaz Mohammed Schemnad, and with us we have Professor Rajesh Chakrabarti. Good to have you, sir.
Thank you, Ablaz. Great to be here.
Yeah, likewise, sir. So before we start off with the questions, how would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm currently the Dean School of Management at Bennett University, and my research work focuses on areas in management, public policy, the social sector, and a little bit of artificial intelligence.
Interesting, sir. Sir, we are just coming out of an insightful session on AI and public policy with an engaging audience as well as interesting panelists. So how would you see the challenge from the public policy angle to regulate AI? What would be majorly three challenges? There would be a lot of challenges, but to point it out and to make it more comprehensive, what would be the three major challenges for regulating AI?
AI indeed presents some unforeseen challenges for the public policy side.
Right.
So three major ones that come to my mind, of course, one is the question of fairness.
Right.
Because there's a lot of talk about the bias in the data and improper data and misuse, unintentional often, potentially intentional, of a black box algorithmic decision making that may put people to disadvantage. That is one challenge, the challenge of fairness. The other part, of course, is a major threat, which is an economic challenge, is the displacement of people at work. So there's this fear that AI may take away a very large number of jobs and create a very new kind of an economy where much of the countries like India, many of the countries like India, may not be in a position to take advantage of the new world because it requires greater sophistication and training and education. The third challenge is the one that often goes is with this question of sustainability. AI is going to be extremely energy dependent, energy intensive, and to the extent that we would love to host some of the hardware in our own country for our data protection reasons, that can have implications for energy and sustainability as well.
Wonderful answer, sir. Double clicking the first challenge you have mentioned, the fairness, ensuring the fairness. I feel as a researcher in public policy, with my training and my understanding and my readings, awareness is something which many a times destroys the whole understanding of a solution-oriented public policy, right? So how do you think people, the mass, even those who are relatively more educated, right, are well aware about AI in general, or are they just thinking that AI is equal to ChatGPT? Do you think that would be a challenge also?
Indeed, I think at the current moment, a vast majority of the population, regardless of education levels, really has a very vague idea of AI. Right? The present company included. So we ChatGPT is obviously the most visible application form of AI. ChatGPT and its many other generative AI, but also the specialized applications of AIs that have come out. People are using them. The usage is quite there. There is also probably unsurprisingly a generation gap there. The younger people coming of age now are far more AI conversant than the previous generation, which is always the case. With the internet, the same thing happened. With mobile phones, the same thing happened. So that is not surprising. Some people are going to be AI native, and their level of they're using AI, intuitively connecting to AI is going to be at a different level.
True.
And so the previous generation will struggle to accept the fact that a machine whose mind we don't understand can actually be wiser and smarter than the collection of human beings. It's a mental barrier than anything else.
So concluding this talk from the sustainability angle, right? And then already AI has touched upon majority of our economy and society and everydayness of our living. So what do you think the future of AI would look like in your own imagination from your expert angle, and also the challenge of sustainability, if rather not from a very policy angle, right? The future of AI.
First of all, I must confess that it's very difficult to make predictions about a thing that is a complete game changer.
Correct, that's true.
Right? So sitting in 1990s, it would have been impossible to predict where internet would have taken us.
Yes.
So we are probably at a similar situation today.
Yeah.
I must presage my comments
We will take
with
it.
that,
We will
because
take it.
there is no telling. But it seems like we are only at the threshold of a massive tsunami of AI. Right? So it's going to enter almost every aspect of our lives. Right? Just like today, we cannot imagine functioning without, say, a mobile phone or computers. Right? AI is going to be everywhere. Everywhere where digital, actually, we are in any part of our lives where we are digitized, we will be interacting with AI, and that will enhance our lives manifold, but that will also bring risks with it. So it remains the policymakers' challenge to harness AI, but also make sure that it doesn't cause too much destruction and
Exactly.
grief.
Spot on. That's exactly what we wanted to hear from you. Thank you so much for such an insightful talk, and it was pleasure talking to you, sir.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you.